So TaylorMade have got some new drivers out, the Sim 2 range, and in today's video, that's what I'm going to be testing. Right, so the next generation of drivers from TaylorMade, moving on from the Sim, which was hugely successful and still getting used by a lot of the top players in the world, is the new Sim 2. Now I'm going to put a slightly different angle on today's video. I've got two of the three models. I've not got the draw model because, to be fair, I don't really need any help with that and I don't need to stop my slice. But the angle I'm going to put on today's video is not how good are these drivers, but are these drivers going to be good enough to make me part with my money and buy a new driver for 2021? Right, so we've had close-up looks at the two heads. So, as ever, rammed full of technology. The big thing of interest for me with the modern drivers isn't necessarily how far they're going, even though I do want them to go further. I appreciate there's a limit on that centered strike. But obviously what manufacturers are really chasing now is improved ball speed across the club face. So, I'm going to start with the Sim 2 Max, the most forgiving one. Now, certainly for me, that little bit of extra weight, maybe just slightly down in the heel, my strike tends to be a little bit towards the toe, if anything. So it'll be interesting to see. I've got this 9 degree, I've got the Kurakagi Silver X Flex. So I hit some shots. What I'm really interested in is to look at, obviously, club speed, ball speed, smash factor, and then carry and total. So I'm just going to pop a number up initially, actually, before I hit a shot, of what my current driver is doing as an average. So you can see on the screen there, you know, I get some decent speed at the moment. I'm not swinging as quick as I can swing, but I get some good ball speed, decent smash, and very good distance for the speed I'm swinging at. So the key thing for me is, I always say 160. With the speed I'm swinging at the moment, 160 is a good indicator on ball speed. So let's go Sim 2 Max. So a little bit low off the face. So some decent club head speed for me at the moment. Not super quick, but right where I would expect. But ball speed down at 153 and smash just dropping down a tiny bit. So a little bit nearer the middle. And as a result of that, ball speed just up a little bit more. And I do have to say, even though it's maybe irrelevant, I think when you look at the bottom of the club, I think it's very eye-catching. And I think TaylorMade have done a great job on shelf appeal. Undoubtedly, when you walk into golf shops, your eyes going to be drawn to this, because that is a great looking golf club from the bottom. And to be fair, behind the golf ball, still, you know, fantastic. Love the carbon crown. Love the little bit of kind of white across the front. So I think it looks great. Maybe just feel wise, maybe wouldn't give it 10 out of 10 on feel. Maybe a 7 on feel. So performance wise is solid so far. And looking at these, they've been relatively accurate. So I'm not really utilising twist face, hitting it out of the park the club I have so far. And as if on call, there's a little bit towards the toe. And that's where I struggle a little bit with twist face. So the idea with twist face is, with all the data TaylorMade captured, is the guy who hits it high toe tends to get the club face a little bit closed. So twist face helps with that. I'm a little bit the other way, that when I get that one up towards the toe, if I've probably got a bad one, my club face is already a little bit open. So it actually creates that one out to the right and maybe just punishes me a bit more than it needs to. Right, so let's go one more with Sim 2 Max. Again, really good strike. A little bit slower for me there, but ball speed was good. Smash factor was great at 1.48. 257 carry and 276. So, like the look, or love the look, like the feel, like the performance of Sim 2 Max. Now I'm going to shift over now into the Sim 2, which for me is the one that I think I'm more interested in. Now you've all seen it on the video, but one of the benefits of being at home in your simulator is you get interrupted by Amazon drivers who are delivering parcels for your next door neighbour. So for now, let's get back to the driver review. So like I said, Sim 2, for me, that weight a little bit nearer the middle. So I think straight away I'm going to have the CG lined up a little bit more. Now, this is the one thing for me with the drivers, with not having those movable weights, maybe a little bit more limited from a fitting perspective. The advantage to that though is TaylorMade now don't have two different price points for their drivers. RRP in the UK I think is $449, but just any of the Sim 2 drivers. So I think that's a really good thing, because when I've fitted the last few years, a lot of golfers have maybe seen a smidge more performance out of the more expensive one, but it hasn't been enough to justify the extra £50 for a lot of golfers. So I love the fact that the models are now the same price. So Sim 2, let's see if we can get some numbers up on this. So straight away there, ball speed up closer to 159. It was a good strike, just maybe a little bit lower than I would normally hit the ball. So I've put the same shaft in, so we get a fair comparison driver to driver. But that was a good start, even though it wasn't maybe my longest, certainly my ball speed's right up there. Right, so I was a fraction quicker there and got me over that 160. Which is good, and then I start to see more the distance that I would be expecting. So there's that little toey one from me again. So again, not quite as quick for me either. So a little bit inconsistent with my swing speed today, but smash factor is still good and still very good carry at 260. Right, so let's go one more, see if we can get that ball speed back above 160. No, out the toe. So again, fairly similar. So I was a bit quicker. Strike wasn't quite as good. So I think both of them, out the two, I definitely think Sim 2 is the one I kind of prefer. Maybe just felt a little bit different. I don't think there's necessarily a reason for that, but preferred the look and feel of Sim 2. Felt I got a little bit more performance out of Sim 2. But the big question, the really important question from the start of the video, is it good enough to get me to part with my money? Right then, so before I answer, what do you think? Pause the video and let me know if you think that was good enough for me to part with my money. Right, so hopefully you've been answered. So, I like them. I think they look good, feel good, perform well. Do they perform better than my current driver? It's so close, it's frightening. So I'd have to say, as easily as I am parted with my money, please don't comment below about what type of person is parted easily with their money, but I am generally parted quite easily with my cash. I'm going to say no for me. I think my current driver, I like the look, I like the feel. I'm definitely going to do a head-to-head video, and I might do some stuff out on the course head-to-head as well. But I like these, and I think if you're in the market for a new driver, I think you definitely need to try them. I think if you've got a driver that's over 3 years old, I do think you'll see a good enough pickup with these drivers when set up correctly that might make its way into your bag. I think if you've got something that's 12 months old, that's well fitted, not sure you'll see a big enough change. That's not to say that you won't change anyway, because I know some of you out there just like to have the latest, shiniest toy, and that's fine. But for my video, I wanted to see, was it good? Yes, it was. Was it good enough for me to be spending £450 when I've already got a very good driver? Probably not, but you might have a different situation. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like it and share it, comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed today's video and you don't currently subscribe to my channel, please consider clicking the button below. Remember to ring the notification bell, then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.